Hi, Deirdre here. Just a quick video on how to do posts in WordPress.com. So really, I'm just taking a look at the difference between using posts and pages, and the difference when you're using posts when you use tags and categories. So the main difference between pages and pages tend to be static. So it might be a general theme, it might be an introduction to your blog, or it might be an introduction to a particular topic. So all of the content is sort of a static. Posts, on the other hand, tend to be date ordered, usually with the most recent up the top. Okay, and you can have multiple posts on the same screen, and again in reverse date order. So we had already created some pages. Now I'm going to take a look at some posts. So I've created a number of posts here. So I've got some sweet ones and I've got some savory ones. And we're going to create two categories. So categories are sort of general top level groupings. So we're going to create two categories. We're going to have sweet and we're going to have savory. And then within each of those, we'll use tags to break it down further. So we'll do the savory ones to start with. So I have beef stew here. It's a post, it's just a sample post. So we'll click in and we'll edit that. We click in here. Okay. So this is just a sample post that I've created. So first of all, we're going to categorize it. So in here, we're going to click on categories. Okay, and we're going to create on add new category. Okay, and in here, we're going to put in savory. Savory. Okay, that's fine. And in terms of tags, we're going to click into tag and we're going to type in beef. Okay, and we're going to put in, I just pressed enter to enter that, and we're going to put in stew and press enter. Okay, and then we click on update. Okay, I'm going to go back out again. I'm going to go to the lamb. Okay, and in terms of categories, we're going to click in here. Oh, sorry, categories. Okay, so we've done beef, and then we click into lamb pot. Okay, we're going to categorize it under savory. In terms of tags, we're going to put in lamb and press enter. Okay, and then we'll click on update. And then we come back out. And so that's fine. We did the same with pork. I'll just show you, for example, the lamb casserole. I'll go into that one there. Okay, I'm going to make it savory. In terms of tags, we're going to put in lamb. And we're going to put in French. Okay, and we could put it in under stew if we wanted. Okay, and you can have multiple tags for the same recipe or the same post. Okay, and then we click on update. So go through each of your savory posts and do it that way. And then we'll go through on the sweet side, and we're going to start, I go through all the rest of those, and then we're going to begin on the sweet side. So the sweet stuff, we want to first of all categorize it as sweet, and then we'll tag it under, for example, chocolate, and we could tag it under sauce or cake. We could do French or any other Irish or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to go into chocolate cake. So we have no sweet category at the moment. You usually have very few categories and lots of tags. Okay, so we're going to create one new category and we're going to call it sweet. Ooh, sorry, I didn't come in. And don't forget to press enter as it goes in, and you'll see it's up here. Okay, so it's under sweet, that's fine. And then the tags, we'll put it under chocolate. Chocolate and press enter. We'll put it under cake and press enter, and we could put it under Irish and press enter, and anything that you might want to find it under at a later date, you can tag it under that, and then we click on update. Okay, and go through the rest of the sweet ones. I'll hit pause on the recording now, and I'll come back to you when I've tagged everything else. Okay, so I have tagged and categorized all of my different posts here. Okay, so remember, you have two main categories. You have sweet and you have savory, and then within each of those categories you can break it down into as many tags as you want. So for example, the French caramel crepe, I could tag that under French, I could tag it under caramel, I could tag it under crepe. Okay, but it's within the sweet category, so we have only two categories, very few categories, lots of tags. Okay, so let's just take a look at what we've got at the moment. Okay, so on the blog front here, and then I refresh it. The blog is where everything appears in chronological order or date order, with the most recent up the top. Okay, so again, these are all just sample posts, there's very little in them. Okay, and if they were done over different days, you'd see the most recent one up the top. Okay, but what happens if I want to see all the sweet stuff and all the savoury stuff separately, or if I want to look at all the French stuff as opposed to any of the Irish or the Chinese or whatever stuff? Okay, so we go into the back end of our site again. Okay, we have categorized and tagged already. We now need to put these onto the menu. Okay, so again, we can use the drop downs here. Go to design, that's the little squiggly thing here. And if you don't see customize and themes in here, just click on this little option here, and then you'll be able to see customize. So we go to customize, and we go to menus. Okay, so this is the primary menu that we're working with. Okay, so primary menu is the one we're working with, and this is what we've set up already. Okay, we've got the blog where all of our posts are being seen. What we want to do now is we want to have a separate area for sweet and then for savoury. So we're going to click on add items. Okay, and at the moment we're just looking at pages. This is where you come in initially. Okay, so what we'd like is categories, and we've got savoury and sweet in here, so we're going to add each of those. Okay, so we've got savoury and sweet, and we're going to save changes, and we'll look at the front end of our website and we'll reload it, and you can see we've got savoury and sweet. Okay, so at this point they're all just, if I click on savoury, you can see, hopefully I've categorized them all correctly. You can see all of our savoury posts, and if we click on sweet, then we've got all of the sweet posts that are linked in together. Okay, so most people might just want to stop at that point, but if you want to break it down, for example, within savoury, you'd like to have, to see here in social media, we've got Pinterest, Twitter and Facebook. Within savoury, if you'd like to have beef, lamb and pork, we can do that now. So let's go to the back end of our website up here. Okay, so we've got savoury. In here we need to add items. Okay, so these are tags. We created tags for beef, and so I'm going to click on tags down here, and I'm going to click on add beef and lamb. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, and pork. Okay, so we want them to come in under savoury. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move the sweet down underneath, and we want them to be sort of subheadings, so we move them in. Okay, so underneath savoury, if we click on savoury, because they're slightly pushed in, we'll now see beef, lamb and pork, and sweet will be separate. That's perfect. So we click on save, and we'll go to the front end and we'll reload. And now you can see we've got the little drop down here, and when we click on beef, okay, so if we click on savoury by itself, we get all of them. We get the lamb and the beef all in together. If we click on the drop down and we just look at beef, okay, you can see we now have all of our beef items, and if we click on pork and lamb, etc. Okay, we'd like to do the same for sweet, so let's go to the back end. So at the moment there is no drop down on sweet. Okay, we'll go to the back end again. So this is sweet. We want to have our little options in under here, so we click on add items. Okay, these are tags. Okay, so we want to add in caramel, and I thought I had chocolate. Oh yeah, chocolate. Okay, so we don't want them at the same level as sweet, we want them to be in underneath, so we can put in caramel and chocolate. I've got a few other ones there we could have done at a later date if we wanted to do Irish and French, and you know, we could sort of do it that way. But for the moment, that's looking good. So we click on Save Changes, and then we go to the front end and we reload it. Okay, so it's not quite fitting here. We might need to shorten these options here. Okay, and then we can click under Sweet, and we've got caramel. And here's all our caramel options. Okay, or we could go to chocolate, and then we've got all our chocolate options. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, see you then.